beauty of the playoffs. The two games have surpassed in Game 5, and just like that, a Game 5 series has turned into a best-of-3 here, Scott Arnold, as we enter the Jack Berger Sports Complex here on your Sunday night. It's not do or die, but man, oh man, this is a must-win for one of these two teams, knowing that it will force Game 4 with somebody's back against the wall.
This is a tough one. It's been a back-and-forth series. We saw that great game from the Kodiaks, that 17-9 win, the most goals they've ever put up in franchise history. And then in Oakville the other night, a 10-8 win for the Rock. Power plays were a factor. Oakville capitalized on almost every single extra man opportunity. The Kodiaks know that. They're aware they need to stay out of the box tonight.
A big revenge game, if you will, for Nick Rose. Remember, he was pulled in game number 1. He ended up making 40 stops at home to even this series up.
Yeah, Nick Rose, he's got to be sharp, and the Kodiaks, they know that if they can get to him early, they might have a chance to chase him from the net once again. It's a rarity when you get a goaltender like Nick Rose out of the net, but he's the type of goalie, get lots of shots on early. The offense has to be rolling for the Kodiaks because they're missing a lot of bodies in the back end. They're missing Matt Marinier and Dustin Burkhoff, both for work commitments. They're missing Nick Ellerton. They're missing Ethan Riggs, both under the weather here tonight. So 4 main pieces out of the lineup.
Against more. And this is a team in the Cobourg Kodiaks who are always a threat short-handed, believe it or not. As I say that, they score! Gareth Haigh, short-handed, and it's 1-0 for the home side.
And this is just great transition to get up the floor, and here's the end result. You can see 3 Oakville Rock jerseys right there, and then able to go right through the crowd on a nice play.
Romachuk up the floor. Look around at his options. He decides he's the best option, and he goes top shelf on Nick Rose to make it a 2-0 game.
It comes on a transition from the Kodiaks. You see they're still doing a line change. A couple guys are heading towards the bench, and then it's a 3-on-2 back the other way. Romachuk has a couple of options, and you'll see from this angle, he just steps right into that one. And here's another look. Looks over to his right. He's got couple options right at the side of the crease, but Romachuk, he's confident enough in his shot that he knows he can take it from
Phoenix
anywhere.
right up. 15 seconds left on possession. Gareth Haigh, who scored the first goal of this game, gets it over to Haley, and Haley goes low right side on Rose and tickles the twine. 3-0 for the Cobourg Kodiaks here in game number 3.
Nice passing play from the Kodiaks, working it around the outside. And then the finishing shot coming out of the stick of Brock Haley. And you see him using the defender, Billy Hostrauser, who's back in the lineup. Uses him as a screen and whips that sidearm shot right around. That's a tough one for Nick Rose to see. He's out of the net. He's got the angles played perfectly, but when you've got a defender somewhat blocking the shot.
You have a no-looker to Dawick. That got intercepted. As you see Luke Robinson get it up the floor, and Lanchberry will score.
It's a spot where you see Lanchberry shoot from a lot right at the top, and Oakville doing a good job plugging up the middle lane. You see 2 guys running through, enough to distract the defenders. They're keeping an eye on both sides of the floor, and look at all that traffic in front of Orderman when Lanchberry unloads that shot.
Hometown native in Haley. I'm wondering when he joined the Kodiaks if he ever envisioned actually playing in Port Hope. Remember, this team is used to playing in the Triple C, known as the Cobourg Community Center, as Cobourg scores. Brennan, who's already coming off of a 4-point game in game number 2, has a goal here in game 3.
Again, it's that outside shot using the defenders as screens. We'll get a good look at how Rose actually saw it, but you see Grennan, he just turns and fires, and here's the angle how Rose would see it. A defender in front, and Grennan shoots around him. The Kodiaks have done that a couple times here tonight.
Out on the floor, too, is Sheldon Burns. A low shot, and they score! Anderson rips this one home. A gentleman that has 6 goals in the postseason. Not a shocker, Scotty, considering he had 13 to lead the team in the regular season.
Anderson has been having a great season, especially in the second half of the season. Took him a bit to get going, and then once he found his offensive groove, he hasn't got off the pedal. And you can see with the extra man out there, the Kodiaks utilizing that space. They're really spread out.
This team with a 4-goal lead here as we approach the midway mark of this second frame. Lanchberry shoots and scores. Can the Kodiaks deny this guy? I don't think so, because for a second time tonight, he's found the back of the net.
He had 6 points in the opening game, 6 points in game 2, and now he's got the lone 2 goals. And with the extra space out there, you can see Lanchberry, he just sidesteps his way in. He gets the ball. He could have shot right there, and then he decides to take a couple small little steps before unloading that. But what this does here by sidestepping in, it makes the defenders think, is he going across crease, or is he going to a shooter on the far side?
Lanchberry lost the handle on the biscuit, being harassed into that far corner. As Oakville will score.
Again, it's that classic overhand shot from the outside by Angus, and you see the ball all the way through traffic, a gutsy pass from the far side of the floor, and uncontested is Angus. A defender comes out at him at the last second, but he had enough time to just step in, get all his muscle behind that one, and pick that corner. And you'll see that pass coming out, Lanchberry doing a good job. Not a lot of guys are gutsy enough to put that pass through traffic, but
missed Ryan Haigh. If Ryan Haigh somehow settles that ball down, he's got an empty cage to look at. Quickly the other way, Sam English to a teammate, and they score! Brett Hansor.
And we'll see how this all developed all the way back in the end. You see the hop off the glass. Haigh runs in, tries to scoop it up, and then picked up and going back the other way with it is Chris Weir. He dishes it up all the way, and then Hansor cutting through the middle to get that final pass. But a nice play down low by Sam English as well to fight off his defender.
So English, Lanchberry, and Q go back to work after Andrew Q will score. Alex Q drew the penalty. Andrew Q gets the marker.
And only took 10 seconds into the man advantage for the Oakville Rock to capitalize. As soon as they start that possession, they work it around the top, and then Q, he just steps in. Nobody's coming at him. There's no sticks in the air, and he has all the time in the world to unload that accurate shot into the corner. Watch how he gets that one off. What an unbelievable shot.
Makes the stop. Dominey looking to extend it up the floor. Pouliot to his teammate Nellerton on a breakaway. They score! Ellerton found a hole through Rose, and it's a...
Cobourg gets one back after that early goal from the Rock that came on the power play. It took about 5 minutes after for another goal to be scored. It was a goaltending duel right until that moment there, as you see the ball into the back of the net behind Rose, and it's a nice transition goal from the Kodiaks. They waste no time. As soon as that ball was shot at the other end, everybody takes off, and there's the end result.
Menichello cleaned him up from behind. The officials gave the visitors the ball back. Lanchberry wants the rocket, said it's a no-looker from behind, and they score! Luke Robinson rolled the highlight film, and we're tied up at 6-6.
Just when you thought that he was out of space and there was no opportunity, he tucks that in. What a play. Orleman gets a piece of it. You'll see it here, right after the backhand, and it just trickles through. Orleman tried to sit down on it, and then he realized it was already past that goal line. But to be left all alone like that, Robinson came in absolutely uncontested. You need a guy like that in here tonight.
Grennan tried to go low on Rose. The Orangeville goalie makes the stop. Now gives a nice pass to Jordan McKenna. McKenna leaves it there. It's now just squeaks through. Oakville scores. Mike McCannell. Oh me, oh my. It's a 7-6 game.
So now the first lead for the Oakville Rock, and this one just barely squeaks through. Everyone's gone for a line change at this point. Just 2 guys left for the Oakville Rock, and they take full advantage. You can see the nice pick there, creating some space, and that is the reason why there was that extra lane towards the net. And that pick is going to be not an assist, but
Woods looks to go low and scores! The Curtis native bounced this one off the concrete.
As Woods responds quickly to that goal, 1 minute and 20 seconds after, or pardon me, 40 seconds after that last goal. So it didn't take long at all. And you see Woods isolated on that far side, gets some help here, swings off that pick. Rose gets a piece of it, but not enough.
Rose was not happy with Lucas Hukel at the end of that play. but again, some nice English, if you will, put on the ball by Woods. Beam goes off to the right side, and Wisely will wait for some support. Ryan Haigh was there. Instead, he's going to go long to Pouliot, who wisely puts his body in the way of the bouncing pass to keep possession. Brennan settling it down to Anderson. Only 10 seconds left on possession, though. Brennan from Anderson. Brennan trying to barge the door and can't. Now down low, it's Ryan Haigh. Ryan Haigh with 2:37 remaining in overtime wins it for the Kodiaks. It's a 2-1 series lead here after the Ryan Haigh overtime winner.
That, as you can see from the celebration, everyone dreams of scoring an overtime goal in the playoffs, and this one, an outside shot. That is where the Kodiaks have shown their strength. 3 defenders coming out towards them, so you know that Rose is going to have a tough time seeing this one, and he just spins around, unloads that sidearm, an absolute rocket of a shot, beats Rose down low. Not sure Rose even saw it. He didn't even react.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. It's Ryan Haigh with 2:37 remaining in overtime, giving the Kodiaks a 2-1 series lead in this best of 5. We're going to wrap up this extracurricular lacrosse here. Woo! After a bit of a breather, Scott Arnold here on your TV.